Hey y'all, it's Amanda. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to do the It's Finally Fall book tag. Alright y'all, so we are here for another book tag. There's a lot of book tags coming in the next couple of months, so hopefully that's okay, but I really enjoy doing these really quick videos just to kind of spotlight several different books on the shelves and all the good things there. So, are you excited about fall? Let me know your favorite thing about fall. You already know your girl loves the cooler weather, pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin spice anything, and all the good sweater weather. Okay, we got the sweaters, honey. It's good, bringing it back out for the first video. What? So, those are some of my favorite things about fall. I did do this tag last year. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. I definitely do not like the lighting in that video. I was like, something was wrong with my camera. It was like, there was a period on my channel where everything was super bright and it didn't look good. So, it is what it is. But, I went back and I tried to pull different books for different... Wait, what? I went back and tried to pull different books for the questions in that video. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, I thought this would be a really fun video to do for this week, and hopefully it's getting to be fall where you're at if you enjoy that. I'm not a summer girly. It's too hot and humid. It just is what it is. So the first question is, in fall, the air is crisp and clear, a book with a vivid setting. And for this, I ended up picking The Widow and the Highlander by Martha Keyes. Y'all, I really enjoyed this book this year. It was so good. I gave it 4.5 stars. This was my first Martha Keyes book that I ever picked up, and I loved it. It's like historical romance. It was clean. It had a great Scottish setting in the 1700s. And so you already know that that's like right up my alley. In this, we have got a marriage of convenience trope where we start off with Christina McKinnon, and she's inheriting the estate from her recently deceased husband. And there is someone who was next in line that really wanted to get everything. Okay, so he's threatening everything, but then Lachlan returns to the McKinnon's property. Lachlan Kincaid, I should say. He returns to the McKinnon's property to reclaim what was rightfully his. When he gets there, he sees kind of all this crazy chaos that's going on, and he meets Christina, and they have this really great connection right away. And Lachlan just really wants justice served for what the McKinnons did to his family many years ago, and they deprived him of his inheritance. In the midst of this, we see Christina and Lachlan's paths cross, and they get to know each other. A romance ensues. Like I said, it's a marriage of convenience. I really like the story. That's one of my favorite tropes. Okay. I want to continue on in this series to kind of see what happens. The only thing I didn't like was there's something that happened at the very end that I don't like in books. So that's why it was a 4.5 and not quite a 5-star for me. But the setting in this really is just like atmospheric. It's that nice Scotland backdrop, like I said. And you're really just like right there in the midst of everything going on. And the cover, look at this. Look, it's so vivid, right? If you can just picture it, honey. We got the castles and everything. I love this cover. It's one of my favorite covers that she's done. So, yeah. Question number 2. Nature is Beautiful but Also Dying. A book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. And for this, I picked Marmee by Sarah Miller. This is like a whole like reimagining or just like what Marmee's life was like during the events of Little Women, and even some after that, I want to say. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this book this year. I read this soon after I read Little Women, and I think that's the perfect time to read this. It's soon after you read or reread Little Women. Okay, you really need to read Little Women before picking this up, but this book was an emotional roller coaster. You already know kind of what happens in Little Women, that there is some grief that they endure, but there's other parts of this story that's layered of like other losses that she could have seen that are not explained in Little Women. So it's a really good spin on what her life could have been like during that time, and just seeing the grieving process and how she was so strong to go through those things in this book was phenomenal. It was very impactful. I gave this 5 stars. It was definitely one of my favorite books of the year. There's just something about it. I'm pretty sure I read this year or last year. Either way, I knew it was right after Little Women, so I can't remember what year I read it. But I just love the way Sarah Miller handled Marmee's character. She is my favorite character in Little Women. This is a very well done, like, reimagining, or what could it have been like for her on her point of view, with her, you know, missing her husband and when he's at war, and other things that could have happened. I'm not going to say because I don't want to spoil it, but that possibly could have happened during their marriage and things like that. And those were grief moments as well. So, yeah, this was a very impactful story. And of course, we all know there is some grief in Little Women a little bit, and loss and things like that. that made me cry. That's all I'll say. But this book made me cry too. Just the way that you see the heartache of during that moment in Little Women from Marmy's perspective in this, and just like really feeling for her, especially as like me as a mom, like just really seeing like all she was going through with her kids and everything. So a really great story that really just dove right into the topic of grief and loss, but also overcoming that with hope, and just a really beautiful story. Question number 3 is, Fall is Back to School Season, a nonfiction book that taught you something new. I have to say, Suffering is Never for Nothing by Elizabeth Elliot. I tabbed this up quite a bit, as you can see here. This is one of my favorite nonfiction books I've read this year. It really gave me a different perspective on the topic of suffering, and I really related to a lot of what Elizabeth Elliot was talking about here. I was inspired by what she explained in here. I just really learned a lot. She had lots of good scriptures. I mean, I highlighted a lot of different things in here, so I really got a lot out of this book. And I mean, just like going back through here and seeing all the things that I wrote in here and everything, like there was so much that this book taught me, and just how the Lord allows us to go through that suffering, but we learn things from that, and there's a purpose and a plan in that suffering, and that she really just explained that in such a good way. So, highly recommend this if you've not read it. I really want a full review for this book and all the other books down below. Question number 4. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. A fictional family, household, or friend group that you would like to be a part of. And this time, I'm picking the rom-com series, the Love Trippin' series by Savannah Scott. This friend group, especially in this book, I loved it because they're on this really awesome road trip. And in book 1, Are We There Yet? Is book 1. And it really just exudes all things friendship. Like, you really see a lot of good things in this. There's a couple in here you think is going to be a couple, and you're like, well, I guess maybe they're better friends. I don't know, but it's like a side couple and everything. And like, I just really like the way she handled the friendship in this, and just them traveling together, even though there's a romance as well. Like, there's something about this friend group that is just hilarious, lots of banter and funniness. I just had a really good time with these characters. And throughout the whole series, really, this entire series, you follow so many different characters, and like, they really are the ultimate friend group. So yeah, this is definitely the best answer for right now that I've got. And I even tabbed some of the things up in here. So yeah. All right, question number 5. The color leaves are piling up on the ground, a pile of fall-colored spines. Now, you already know from the thumbnail probably what I was going to say for this, and that is the Sweater Weather series, right? We got the perfect fall spines right here. I do not own book 2 in this series, I believe. I don't even know if this is all of them, but I know I don't own book 2 because I don't really plan to read that one. It's got a trope that I'm not really interested in. But other than that, I've got these here, and I'm excited to dive into them. I've only read 2 of these so far, so I need to read Jenny Proctor's, Julie Christensen's, and Savannah Scott's books. And I've already read Emma St. Clair, and oh wait, where's Courtney Walsh's? Uh-oh, that's the one we're missing, y'all. Did you see it? I was like, I thought I was missing one. Here we go. Sorry. There we go. Yay. So I was like, I thought there was 7 in this. So yeah, I have read Can't Help Falling and Don't Fall. So Emma St. Clair and Courtney Walsh. But I haven't read Karina Taylor's book either. So there's actually 3 out of the 6. I have 4 out of the 6. I can't math this, not my strong suit, girls. Okay. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these I gotta read, okay? Savannah Scott's is on my immediate TBR, just because I really want to read that Marriage and Convenience story, and then I think Jenny Proctor's will be after that because it's in the Appies series, and then the others will come as I can. So, yeah, I love these. These are so cute. Like, the best fall spines, you guys. My favorite. I just love the way they look and all the good things there. So, yeah, I know I messed up there. Can't count. Anyway, we're here. Question number 6. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. A book where somebody is telling a story. And I wanted to go ahead and remind you guys. Simba, he's always scratching this little rug we got down here, you guys. So he's ready. I need to get him. Y'all want to see him? Hey. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Are you gonna pose? Y'all, he's just like a dog. He always is in the plate. He's wanting food. He I was eating lunch and he was wanting the food. Look at this. So, yeah, All My Secrets. I don't remember if I finished. It's like somebody telling a story. So, yeah, I wanted to use this as an excuse to remind you guys of All My Secrets by Lynn Austin. I really enjoyed this book. I gave this 5 stars. It's a multi-generational story, really, if you could pay attention to what I'm saying, not the cat. But this is a multi-generational story where these women are telling their backstories. A grandmother and a mother, I want to say. So, yeah. Uh-oh. He gone. Okay. That's all you get, okay? Daily dose of Simba. I meant to put him in another video recently, and I just didn't. So, but this is set in the Gilded Age, okay? The late 1800s, right? In New York. And so we have got Arthur Stanhope, who passes away unexpectedly. And so the women realize they ain't getting nothing out of it. And they're like, what? And so he has this vast fortune and everything. And his mother, wife, and daughter are left nearly impoverished. So there's a lot going on in this book that you're like, wait a minute, what's going to happen? So his widow, Sylvia, quickly realizes that, I'm trying to read the synopsis, but she quickly realizes that she must set aside her grief to ensure that their daughter Adelaide is launched into society as soon as possible after the mourning period. So, like, she's really wanting her daughter to marry and, like, marry rich, right? And yet we have this story of her grandmother. Well, it's her mother-in-law too, but Sylvia's mother-in-law, Junietta, who believes that their lives could use a little disruption. So she sees this as a good thing. Like, this has happened. How are we going to handle this? She doesn't necessarily need to go out and get married to whoever. She wants her to marry for love. And so you see them, like, telling their story instead of being like the society wife. Her mother-in-law is really trying to explain to her, like, her story and why it's important to marry for love and not riches. So I really like this one. In this, it says, but for Addie to have the chance, both mother and grandmother must first confront painful truths about their own choices. So they both kind of tell some of their story. It was a really good one. I really liked it. Obviously, lots of secrets in this book. This was a Christian historical fiction story, more so historical fiction than any kind of romance or anything. There is a little bit of romance, but this was more so just the storytelling, multi-generational story. I really like the characters, really connected. Lynn Austin is a perfect storyteller, you guys. So, yeah, I had to remind you of that one. So, all right, question number 7. The Nights Are Getting Darker, a dark, creepy read. So, for me, I didn't want to repeat, like, what I did last year, which I had Nancy Bell, but we are going to pick another Nancy Bell. So, Kelly Quinn Profiler, Book 1, Mind Games. Okay, I recently talked about this, but I didn't really have anything else I wanted to mention for this. I mean, I could have said Jamie Jo Wright, either way, but both of those really are always going to be my answer for this that I read, because I don't read spooky stuff really unless it's those authors. So yeah, but I really enjoyed Mind Games, this whole trilogy. I'm almost done with it. I need to finish the 3rd book, but the first 2 books were really great. And in this we have FBI behavior analyst Kelly Quinn, and so her methods of kind of figuring out and analyzing these criminals in her behavior analyst way is very unique, and I really like that in this story, but it's very unsettling. Like, you can kind of tell this is definitely one of those, like, creepy reads with, like, the forest and stuff on the front, or is it a forest, like, park, I guess it's more of like a park, because you got a bench right here, but this definitely is one of those creepy reads. Really, all of her books can be kind of that way, because a little unsettling point of views from the killer usually. And so, yeah, I really enjoy these, though. They're not too far from me. Like, what's good about these is, like, since they're Christian-based, like, they have good faith content, and I know that they're not going to go too far for me personally and my boundaries usually. So I've read 7 or 8 of her books now, and they never really crossed the line. There's only been one book of hers, Cold Pursuit, where I was like, ooh, I probably don't want to read this past 8 p.m. just because some of the subject matter, but other than that, I've been fine. So yeah, highly recommend reading these during the spooky season, as people call it, but during the fall season, because these are very, like, atmospheric as well. So yeah. Oh, I forgot I had book 2 in my hands too. I meant to show both of these at the same time. I'm doing a bad job of this tag, but book 2 is Firestorm. And this one actually dealt with, like, a very unique arson plot, and you don't see that a lot, and that was pretty unsettling too. So, yeah, not me literally bending the back of this book trying to put it up. Y'all, struggles. Okay, so question number 8. The days are getting, not shorter, the days are getting colder. A short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. Now, for this, I thought I would pick out some middle grade books. Here they are. because it's been a little bit since I talked about middle grade, probably since March. Middle grade books are usually pretty heartwarming. So I picked Lynn Kelly's Song for a Whale and John Tilton's Please Return to the Lanes of Luxury. Both of these books, I'll leave my reviews down below, but both of these books were very heartwarming. They had really good themes of doing the right thing and just like going for what you believe in and what you really enjoy. And so in Song for a Whale, we have this girl, Iris, and she's 12 years old. She was born deaf, and her hearing classmates are not as good as sign language, so you see some of those struggles. And then there's Blue 55, who is a whale who sings a song that no other whales can hear. So she has like this instant connection to this whale, and when she learns about it in science class. And so she wants to try to come up with a way to sing back to him. And I really liked the way that this was portrayed and the way that it showed about just how she was connecting with this whale, and her classmates were learning things as well. So yeah, this was a really good and heartwarming story. I really like the ending of this. And then we have got Please Return to the Lanes of Luxury, and this had a really great theme, specifically of doing the right thing. So we have an unexpected treasure, a treacherous journey, a thrilling adventure that will shape her future. So our main girl in this is Jane, and she lives on this island of trash. And even though she has to like scavenge through garbage and deals with sinister robots, she still loves her home, and it's all she's ever experienced, from her most cherished memories to her foggy past that she can't remember. So there's a doll that shows up on this island of trash that she tries to return to the rightful place, and it takes her on this journey. And so both of these, like I said, they're very heartwarming, lots of good life lessons learned, and gratefulness and all these different things, and just really understanding other people's point of view as well. So really like these. All right, question number 9. Fall returns every year. An old favorite you'd like to return to soon. So I have to say Autumn by the Sea by Melissa Tagg, because I need to read book 2, A Seaside Wonder, and I really want to reread this book before I even dive back into this. So this is one of my 24 and 2024. If I don't get to it, that's fine, because I want to read this at the right time, and I've already heard it's really good. So I need to get back into Autumn by the Sea though, physically, and I want to prioritize that at some point before I get into this. So, because I can't remember the characters and all that stuff. It's just been so long since I read this book. Now, I don't have this book in my hand because my friend's borrowing it, but I do have books 2 and 3 that I still need to get to. And so, I've heard nothing but good things about this Christian series, and I need to finish it, but like, I really want to reread Autumn by the Sea. So I think it was one of my favorite books. I got 4.5 stars, I think, maybe 4 to 4.5. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying to get back into that at some point. We'll see. I need to like keep myself on that or I'll forget. So question number 10, fall is the perfect time for cozy accessory. Oh, I forgot about this question. I didn't prepare. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Favorite cozy reading accessories. Now, last year I mentioned like my reading light and everything. Honey, who knows what that's at? I definitely love the fall ambience vibes and everything. I did link some, it looks like I linked some of my favorite ambience videos last year. I'm going to link some new ones I've been listening to for y'all to check out. I do have a whole playlist, but it's private, so I'll just like pick some of the videos from there because it's got like a mishmash of different things. But I love some of like the cozy Hobbit ones. That's some of the ones I linked last year. This year I've been more so on like just the jazz coffee shop ones, or like some of the just lakeside sounds and things like that. So I'll link some of my favorite ones that I've been listening to lately. You always have to have a good ambience. Like if you're sitting there reading, like that's just a cozy vibe right there. It fits it. Plus we've got like all the good mugs and things. So, you know, I'll show you some of my recent mugs that I got. Well, I said I'd show you some of my recent mugs I got. I guess I haven't really bought any. I thought I had. But I did buy this one recently when I went to Orlando. So I think I showed it in that vlog anyway. So this is just kind of sitting on my shelves for now. Another one of my favorite mugs is this Be Joyful Always. But I haven't been using it. It's just, you know, taking up bookmarks for me. Or holding up the bookmarks, I should say. But these are some of my favorite fall ones that I liked. I went and grabbed some. The Give Thanks, Ray Dunn. Love these type of mugs. They're so big, I don't use them a lot, but, you know, because I don't want too much coffee sometimes. But I still really like these mugs. This one's a really good favorite. It's a good size. It's a Cracker Barrel one with, like, the fireplace and everything. One of my favorites. And I like the size of it. Probably the perfect size coffee mug for me is that. The Ray Dunn ones are just a bit too big, like I said, but I still like to collect them. Pumpkin Spice. We love to see it. Same type of collection. And then this one, it's a bit too big as well, but Blake loves these type of cups, like the big ones like this. The autumn leaves and pumpkin lattes, please. I think I've showed this before. So, just some of my favorite mugs. Oh, I forgot this one too. Another good size. Love this one. I got it at Hobby Lobby at one point. So, I want to say, oh, I did get another mug recently, you guys. But it's out in the car. I'll put a picture here on the screen of it. It's like, it's out in the car. Like, why is it out in the car, Amanda? I've got one at work on my desk. And then I've got this one that has like really cute. That's why I was thinking I want to show you my fall mugs. Because, did you see that ADHD moment? Anyway, that's why I thought I wanted to show you my fall mugs, because I was like, I just bought a new one. So, yeah. But this one's super, super cute. It's got a dog on it and all the leaves and stuff. It's my favorite. But it's out in the car because I used it for coffee one day and I forgot to bring it back in. So, when I was taking little man to school. So, yeah. This is definitely one of my favorite mugs right now. So, other than that, other cozy accessories. I mean, I'm using my Kindle quite a bit lately, you guys. And I really like this case. I don't know. I'll try to link it if I can find it. But, it's got like where you can... Well, hold on. No nails. Okay, here we go. You can hold it like this. Or you can like pull it out like this. And you can just like, well, not enough space. You can like sit there. Okay, so yeah, love that. And of course, you know, all the fall decor has been really fun to just have that cozy vibe as well that I've had. So like, I don't know why I show my Kindle. Really, that's not like a cozy thing. But like, I guess it kind of is, because you can just take it anywhere, you know. Currently need to get back into this book, Reckless Love. Haven't started it, actually. What am I saying? Get back into it. So, yeah, I mean, some of those things, you know, perfect for the cozy element. Blankets. I think last year I showed a lot of my blankets. I haven't really got any new blankets, I don't think. I think, actually, this one is one I got recently. My mom got. Hold on. Let me get it. Now I'm thinking about it. This one is really soft. I don't know where she got it. She's always getting me a blanket. But Snoopy, look how cute this is. You guys. Gotta have a new cozy blanket. So, yep. Isn't that cute? So, it's really soft. So, that's the only new blanket I've got lately. So, but yeah, I think that's everything for this tag. Not going to tag anybody. Question 11 is to tag people, but I just never do that anymore. So if you need a video, please do this one. I would love to see it. Let me know if you film this and all the good things. I know several people are doing this already. This cat. Come here, Sam. All right, y'all. I got Simba back. He is wild as a buck. You already know. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.